Good morning, everybody. And just look at God, man. Look at God. Normally you'll find me out by the ocean, just out in the open. I'm an outdoors person to the core. Don't like being indoors too much. I am sitting in the car because there's no benches out here. Anyway, besides that, got traffic on my left and the ocean on my right. It's a beautiful sight. I'm telling you, surfers are out. If you're in the Bay Area, just a heads up, if you haven't heard already, we are on tsunami watch. So yeah, if you're looking for parking by like Ocean Beach and all that, and Half Moon Bay they're still pretty clear at this time of day. But Ocean Beach, yeah, the parking's gonna be terrible for you there. Just just a heads up. What I was gonna touch on today is corporations, jobs versus careers, and how to know if you have a job or a career. Because there's a lot of people who think they have a career, but it's a job, or maybe a career has turned into a job. But also the fact that you can turn a job into a career, you just gotta go it alone. You gotta cut ties, cut these soul ties with these corporations. The biggest trick played on mankind is forcing them to believe that money is the end all be all, and forcing them to be dependent on money to be able to simply exist and survive in this world. And that's how a lot of people get stuck with jobs. It's all fear-based, like they like to basically fearmonger society, and so like, okay, if you don't have this, it's like it's very layered, extremely layered. So there's society saying, oh, glitz and glam, if you don't have this, you're broke, da da da. At the end of the day, if you pay your bill, if your bills are paid, you're not broke. I don't care what's in your bank account. If your bills are paid, you're not. But besides that, they want you to buy into all the propaganda. It's just like, oh, you need money for this, you need money for that, which is the reality they have created for us, as a society, as a whole. And it's a very cruel world they have us living in. And I would like to see if we can build some minds that will recreate. So, moving on. A job is something that you go to make ends meet, or excel. And sometimes a job is what you do, living paycheck to paycheck. But mostly at the core of it, a job is something that it's supposed to be a stepping stone. You don't really want to be there. You just go because you get paid for it. There's it's not something that you get up and do every day for free, and not something that really anybody would enjoy. They basically, at jobs, they're paying you to forget who you are, forget your purpose, forget your goals, to just stop being you, right? And a career is something that you would get up and do every day regardless. They're paying you to enhance your gifts. That's what a career is. And a job will tell you how much you're worth. In a career, you can tell them how much you're worth. So there's that. But there's more and more jobs out there, and they seem to put emphasis on a career, but they put you in a situation where you need experience to get to even get in the door. And it's just like you have to they have you go to school, go to college, whatnot, and then by the time you're out of college, you're so far in debt, you end up with a job, something that you had no intentions on ever doing. That's the whole point of going to college, right? So you won't have a job, you'll have a career, but you end up working some lame job, right, that you absolutely probably despise, and or you don't think anything of it and you just keep on trucking. So by the time you know, pay off your loans, working this job, and you develop the experience, you know, half the people, they aren't even sure if that's the field they want to be in, and they're so burned out from the job that they can't even go in with a blank slate, you know, because of the abuse people tend to take on jobs, you know, the mental manipulation, you know, verbal abuse, you know, they've been broken down, you know, to be basically lifeless, soulless. So these corporations, they want your essence, you know, they want you soulless, they want you to be like robots, basically, too. So, you know, that's why they have like these assembly lines. If you ever seen an assembly line, all it is to, you know, they're just cogs in the machine, man. Just keep that line moving, don't mess it up, or you'll be replaced, you know, like a gear in a machine, you know, rage against the machine. And it's sad how many people have become reliant on a job out of fear, because of course most things that you do, if you go out and go it alone, you know, you're not going to be financially able, because everything takes money these days, everything. You're not going to have the financial stability to go it alone, and even if you do, you're going to be fearful of the losses you would take by going it alone, because you're going to, you know, go on this path, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to, you know, mess up in front of people, you know, fall on your face probably a few times, you know, but the whole thing is getting back up, isn't it? I mean, people love that quote, you know, when it comes to these jobs and holding down these jobs, it's not how many times you fall, it's how many times you get back up. Well, why not transfer that energy, keep that same energy, and when you go it alone? You know, I understand that, you know, and worst case scenario, you know, and the whole thing is a lot of people, they don't handle their finances well either. That's another thing. So they, you know, they go into the societal thing of the glitz and glamour. Oh, you have to have this kind of car, but it doesn't make sense to have a Bentley and living in a shack, you know. So, I mean, do you, to each his own, but I'm just saying, what sense does that make? You know, you got the flyest car in the raggediest house, you know, and you know, and that's a trash mindset. You know, like, why do you need this car? Is it for you to feel better about yourself? If so, you need to look within. Or is it for other people who don't care? You know, they really don't care. They're not going to help you pay that car note if it gets repossessed. You know, you put a down payment on a car that you can't even afford the note on, and it's repossessed in 2 to 3 weeks. That is a ghetto trash mindset. You know, and these people that you're trying to impress, they genuinely don't care and will be jealous of you. These are the same people you're trying to stunt on, the same people or stunt for. They'll be the ones that come around and key your car or have your shit sitting up on blocks in your front yard. You know, it's just, you know, they're looking, but they're not for the reasons you're trying to make them look for. You know, there's jealousy and envy, all right, but that leads to, you know, people get active these days when there's jealousy and a jealous energy behind them, you know. Now more than ever, because people are angry, desperate, financially strapped. So what are you really stunting for? You know, look within and see what is within yourself that you want to, you know, have this car for, all these bells and whistles, when all it's supposed to do, the purpose of a car is to get you from A to B, to get you from your occupation, whether it be you going it alone, you know, for travel, it gets you from A to B, period. It's like throwing a punch, and you're throwing a cross, and, you know, your cross is loopy. It's not going to have the same effect as if you go A to B. You know, you go into all these other places that are not necessary, you know, and directing your energy in all these other places that mean absolutely nothing. You know, and instead of working and building on yourself, you know, you're working on trying to stunt on somebody else. Like, what sense does that make? It doesn't make any sense. Like, these people who have, you know, they haven't even invited you to a cookout, not dinner at their table, nothing. You know, they have done nothing for you except for watch you and, probably criticizing you the whole time. Not even constructive criticism, how you can do better. And what fruits are they bearing? And if they are bearing the fruits that you want to eat of, how do they grow those seeds? What foundation did they plant their seeds? Because it might not even be a lasting foundation. Because some people, they're not really winning. They just look like they're winning. Me, I intend to win. Like, I don't care what it looks like. I'm winning in the end. Like, bar none. It doesn't matter who's in the way, what's in the way. I'm winning in the end. That is my intention. I'm not trying to look like I'm winning. Like, I've always been, really a down-to-earth person. I don't really try much on physical appearance. Really don't try. Like, I literally get up, throw on a hoodie t-shirt and some shorts and a hat and my scarf, and I'm out the door, man. I don't, like, for what? I have what I want. I have who I want in my life. Anybody else, that's just a bonus. That's a bonus. If I can add more to my soul tribe, because I'm not looking for people to just, collect friendships, collect acquaintances. It's not my style. And honestly, I could say, as far as bearing fruits, let me get a picture of the sunrise over here. It's beautiful. That I can't even say I've ever worked. Well, I've worked 2 jobs in my life. I've had many occupations. I'll say 3 actually, and one was for a long stretch, and 2 of them were like, I got to get up out of this place, which I did so in less than a year. But yeah, I'm a definite blue collar person. White collar just isn't for me. That's where people lose their soul the most. Unless it's finance, and I can see you're actually, really helping people, make it in this world and, move forward with their life instead of stay stagnant, stuck, and move backwards. Now that's finance is a respectable industry. Most of these other ones are just traps. If it's not helping people, it's just, hey, spend here, you got to have the latest this, latest that, latest this. That's a trap. A financial trap, a mental trap, and sometimes a physical trap. But what is the real trap but your mind? Nobody's forcing you to be there. You're just there out of your own fear that you will not make it on your own. It's a mental trap. You set that mental trap for yourself. Like, if you've ever seen the horse without, they put how they train elephants, let's say. They put a stake in the ground and, put a chain of a certain length on it, right? And they keep the elephant on that chain for, X amount of time, however long it takes to break them mentally, that they will not go past where the length of the chain would let them go. Now, the elephant doesn't know that it is strong enough, it is powerful enough to break that chain, easily, but they, the little bit of resistance they feel, which isn't even enough for them to not just walk off. If they wanted to run out of there, they could, but they don't, because they felt a little resistance. That's how it is, with some people. They get a little resistance, and it's game over for them. And we got to build the resilience of our minds, because we're basically, we're gearing ourselves to gang stalkers. Like, if you think about the whole situation, gang stalkers, they sit up, they collect information on you, could, collect your likes, dislikes, your triggers, and they try to keep you in check, for lack of a better term, with these all the data they collect from you, keep you in check, keep you an upstanding citizen. They use those keywords and those terminologies to try to keep you in check. It's like, oh no, you're a menace to society, or you're an upstanding citizen. And they try to also use the power of division. That is a very powerful tool. They have people the power to be able to divide us, but then again, who really has the power? We could decide to unite, But what are we? Stuck and stubborn. You know, we sit up and, you know, we help them pit us against each other. We help them keep us enslaved, keep us in these systems. You know, we help them keep us in fear and worry, you know. And a lot of people, you know, oh, I believe in God, da da da. Yeah, there's always some worry, but the amount of worry and a lot of people do is, you know, it's hard to believe that they believe in God, you know. And the whole thing, step out on faith is that's strong right there. That is so powerful. Because, you know, as a child, you step out on faith, right? You step out, you know, you go with your parents, you do what your parents say. Why? Because that's faith in your parents, you know. But how about some faith in yourself? You know, you do things to impress your parents. You build your whole lifestyle, like most of the beginning of your adulthood, young adulthood. You know, you're doing everything your parents want you to do. You know, not saying be defiant all the way to your parents, but it's like, if you know what you want to do, man, go for it. Go for it. You know, and you know, whether people see the end game or not, whether they see your goal and see that it has a true purpose or not, that's not on you, that's on them. But it'll touch the right people when it's supposed to touch the right people. And you know, you don't really have anything to worry about. And you know, God bless the child that has his own. That's the saying. And yeah, it's excuse me, you know, I got a little cough. No, it's not the Rona, so yeah, we can leave that alone. Of course, I'm sitting here. There's always somebody who has to walk in front of my field of vision. He's walking in a straight line where I wanted my camera to be. Anyway, yeah, there's that. Yeah. So anyway, back to what I was saying. At least I think this is what I was saying. And sorry if I'm rambling. My thought processes aren't focused right now. It's early in the morning. I, you know, kind of just woke up, kind of just got out of bed, and you know, as I said, I like to be by the water, and thought I'd give you guys some scenery besides my face and the camera, you know, because I'm definitely not a camera person to begin with. So there's that. Just thought I'd mix it up with you guys in the mornings, or at least try to make that a habit. And speaking of habits, we should also build better habits. Okay, because, you know, our habits are, you know, going to work every day. Like, treat your dreams and goals with the same energy you treat a job or a career you're pursuing. Give it that same energy. Because at the end of the day, you're not unmotivated, you're just tired. You know, and that's how they want it. They want you too tired to work on your own dreams and creativity, because if you work on your own dreams and creativity, your own thoughts, your original thoughts and passion, you know, that means people quit their jobs. They quit, you know, they quit that payroll, basically. And it's like, after you have your own, you know, your own creativity, your own ideas out there, out in the world, and you're getting paid for it, you're receiving your karma for it, because you know, karma is about choices, and when you choose a job, your karma is what they tell you you're worth. So yeah, that's why they're so willing to, that's why they have to do all this manipulation, and that's why they have to make this system to make you believe that they are needed, you know. And you know, unfortunately, if you want the type of lifestyle that, you know, they're showing on TV, the propaganda, the type of lifestyle that people want you to envy, you know, which is another trap, because material things are just simply a trap. You know, have you ever tried to move and you just had a lot to move? You know, that's why they say travel light. You know, travel light. Like, do we really need all these material possessions? I just need enough, honestly, to stay organized. I don't really care about a lot of stuff that's out right now, unless it's, you know, I'm all about efficiency, and a lot of this stuff is just not efficient. It's just more clutter in your house after how many years, and it depreciates. Everything they have out now depreciates in value. Cars, clothes, certain homes, you know. But a home can actually return you a profit, so I'll take that back, you know. just like watches, you know, they don't necessarily depreciate in value. They hold their value, especially, you know, brands like Rolex. If you're going to get flashy on somebody, get something that appreciates in value instead of depreciates. Like a car depreciates in value just because you sat in it or just because you drove it off the lot for a test drive. It has lost its value by thousands. And as years go by, it loses its value then too. Collect coins, something, you know, like, you know, you don't have to show people what you have because, you know, they see the value in those things, but they want to look cool. And collecting coins, you know, it doesn't look cool. So what do they choose to do? They choose to buy like iRobot type stuff. Okay, you know, and when it's done breaking down, they sitting up there looking at you and your coin collection like, oh, nope, you know, the attention span of a goldfish, you know, it's like, oh, maybe I should invest. Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna buy another toy. And that's all they are toys. You know, they're not investments. These are toys that these people are buying out here. You know, child's play. So they want to keep you in a childlike mindset so they can continue to abuse your inner child and eventually destroy your creativity. So you're nothing but a soulless child, completely dependent on them, with no mind of your own, no thoughts of your own, no, you know, they want all your energy, you know, to go to them, and it's sad. You know, these are greedy entities, you know, but there's a spirit behind everything, whether you believe it or not. Everything has a spirit. Yeah, so the difference between a job and a career, you can make your own career and create jobs for other people. Of course, that does keep people in a mindset, but you can be the change, you know, that you want to see with people. You know, you can be the person, the employer who lets your employees be creative, who, you know, actually turns jobs into careers, you know. So you can it might start off as a job, but you can turn it into a career. Like, is this something you really want to do? You know, you can create those opportunities. We're not even going to call them jobs anymore. You can create these opportunities for people to live the life they truly want. So, you know, they, like right now, you're being paid, you know, that's the majority of it. You know, there's, you know, they have the list of companies that are great to work for or whatever. But, you know, it's still a massive part of that corporation or that job, career, whatever, they are paying you to forget. They are paying you to not be who you truly are. You know, and if that's the case, then what are we really here for? If we're not going to be who we are, why are we here? You know, if you're not going to even fight for it. You know, we've been getting programmed really since birth. You know, it starts with the cutting of the umbilical cord. And it starts, you know, like the process of birth, which I'll do some research on it and go into it. With the cutting of, once that umbilical cord is cut, you know, they start putting you in the system. You got a social security now. You know, they have your time of birth down to the second, you know, location, whatnot, you know, working on your natal chart, your astrology chart. They have all that, you know, and that's programming from birth. They give you shots at a very young age. You know, who knows? And that's why, you know, the whole offset of autism is higher in black males, black boys, than it is in any other gender or race. And I will definitely get on that at some point when I'm able to better process these thoughts, or I might not be able to process the thoughts, and it's just going to come out how it's going to come out. I just move on what God tells me to speak on, or, you know, the downloads I get. But yeah, most of my life, I'm not gonna lie, I've done most of what I wanted. Like, I was working a job, but I wasn't, you know, I was working a job, it felt like a career, but I wasn't, you know, they were telling me what I was worth based on experience. You know, like, find out what you're worth based on your potential. You know what you can do, you know what you're capable of, and then sometimes you don't, and you're capable of so much more, or sometimes, you know, you're just not there yet. So, or what they thought my experience was according to their guidelines. You know, there's so many rules and boundaries and boxes they try to put you in that you forget, you really do end up forgetting who you are at the end of the day. And you just go home and sleep, push the reset button, and then come in and pretend like, you know, this isn't an insult to your soul. You know, and I stopped doing things that insulted my soul at a very young age. I know my first job was housekeeping. I was like, never again. I will only stay at jobs. I don't care how bad I need, you know. I'll stay there for the first paycheck, but I'll be, you know, I'll definitely be looking for something else I want. I was like, oh, job hopping looks bad on the resume. Well, you know, I mean, are you going to tell God what, you know, what it looked like on your resume? Are you going to be able to run your resume down to God? I mean, as far as where you work these jobs, and not by the works you've done to heal yourself and others. I mean, you know, because people love talking about what other people and what other people are doing. So I'm like, you know, keep that same energy when it's Judgment Day, you know. When your Judgment Day is here, whatever that might be, because that's all in perspective as well. Just like they tell us, you know, our heaven comes after we die. Why are they telling us it comes after we die? So we can continue to work for them. It's like, you know, as long as I do good and be a good employee and do right by people, you know, I'll experience heaven after I die. Why not experience heaven here? You know, you don't have to, you know, hurt anybody to... Sorry, I'm trying to find a good angle. Okay. Like, you're not hurting anybody except these corporations and entities that need to feel the effects, in which they are now due to the corona, because nobody wants to work anymore. People are quitting jobs left and right at phenomenal numbers, and I'm, you know, I'm proud of it. I'm here for it, man. Definitely, because a lot of these corporations aren't even necessities, you know. But then it's just like, it's going to be super corporations after this, because, you know, big bank take little bank. So whoever's suffering the worst, you know, they're going to get taken over. They're going to get the influx of the customers that they are losing because they have to close down, you know, of the destroyed or the raptured corporations. Yeah, and I think, it's not that I think I know, that a lot of people, there's a lot of ideas, like there's graveyards full of ideas that went to the grave with people, you know, because they were too scared to live. You know, they decided to be a drone and work hard for the rest of their days. You know, nothing wrong with hard work. I'm a pure candidate for hard work. I will bust my ass for anything I believe in, you know, and I take pride in all the work I do. But, you know, how much can you really work for somebody and really somebody else who's telling you what you're worth and take pride in that when you know you're worth so much more? You know, how much pride can you have in that? You know, company pride, what is that? what is that? Pride in somebody, what somebody else built. That's all that is. You know, pride is somebody else's product. You know, you are your own product. How you choose to work on yourself, how much you decide to and choose to work on yourself is your product, and it shows. You know, your quality shows. So why not do that? You know, stop working jobs. Make your own career and create opportunities. You know, it's easier said than done. Trust me, I know. But here I am. You know, I'm working on my bag for sure. I might not have viewers now, but you know, if you build it, like the saying goes, if you build it, they will come. And they didn't say it was going to be easy. They didn't say they were going to be, you know, like enthused by it at first. They will come though. The right people at the right time, right places. So yeah, that's the message I have for right now. I got more downloads coming today. I'm pretty sure I might just spend most of my day making videos just off pure thought. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you are able to resonate and take things from it, you know, that help you. And yeah, definitely drink more water, get by the ocean, eat dark greens, and remember to mind your business. Mind your business. Your business. Peace.